Okay. 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 Hello, folks. As you're coming on, I'm going to just going to wait. I told everybody I'd be on in 5 minutes. I'm going to wait just a few seconds, and then I'm only going to be on for 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute with McCowan. Biblical economics. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to wait just for a few seconds, and then when I start, I got 1 minute, and I'm done. I'm off, and then you're back to your life. Thanks for coming on. Good to see some of you jumping on here. I'm going to be on for 1 minute only. The longest time is waiting for people to get on, but that's because I didn't advertise right, probably. Okay, I'm getting ready to start because this is going to be here for everyone. Hi, guys. Good to see you all jumping on here. I'm really glad. There's my buddy, Pastor McFarland, up in Pasadena, the little old lady from Pasadena. So, folks, listen. As you know, I said I'm going to start coming on once a week with my biblical economics. I'm so thrilled. I've been waiting for a long, long time to do what I'm getting ready to do. This is only going to be 1 minute when I start. But I want you to know that the reason for this is because I'm getting ready to launch something that I think will revolutionize the church. I think that it is going to change the economics of the church. And I think that churches that don't take advantage and do what we're going to be releasing, I think they're going to be behind the times. And what I'm going to start with tonight is something very important. And I'm going to talk about how you and I are programmed to be poor. Most people don't know this. And because I only have 1 minute, I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go strong because I won't be long. And in just a second, I'm going to start that 1 minute clock and we're running. I'm just giving a few more people a chance to get on. So do me a favor as you're coming on. I want you to share this. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Please share this on Facebook and YouTube. I really believe you're going to be blessed. Okay. I only have 1 minute. You're on with McCowan. 1 minute with McCowan. Let's hit the clock. Here we go. All right, it's no secret that humans and the human mind is easy programmed with information that is absorbed by our minds every single day. And what most people don't realize is that when it comes to finances, you and I are being programmed to stay poor. That's no joke. Please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button. This video is going to give you some value. All right, let's get right into this. There's something called mindset. One of the biggest things when it comes to success is people having the right mindset. Yet, there's a lot of people that go around complaining all the time with the wrong mindset. And this is the thing I want you to understand. Just because people believe, because we teach a lot about believing, and the scriptures talk about believing, but you can't just believe you're going to be rich and that's it. And then riches come to you. That's not true. It's not true at all. Yes, you need big dreams. Yes, you need to visualize things. You need to have visualization. Yes, you need to have all that for manifestation. But you also need something called work. You also need something called knowledge. You also need something called a plan. Yes, I do believe that we have to have a positive, successful mindset. But that mindset without action and without a plan and without knowledge is basically meaningless. And I'm tired of seeing people in the church, which is what I'm called to. I've given all my adult life, and I will do this until I have no more breath in my body, meaning I will be involved in helping the body of Christ grow. As I said Sunday, I believe the church is the greatest change agent in the world. And so the reason I'm bringing this video to you is because I want you to understand knowledge as it relates to how we are programmed to be poor. All right. Now, part of the knowledge that programs us to be poor, it's a trick, and most people don't know about it. Most of us from birth have been programmed to stay poor. And so I want to give you three main ways on how we're being programmed. Three ways we're being programmed to be poor and to stay poor in today's society and to think with scarcity. Obviously, because I only have 1 minute, I'm just going to give you one right now. Now, how are we being programmed? Okay, every single day we've been programmed for lack, and there's no end to this. It is a trick, it is a game, and our minds are being reprogrammed, and it's happened since we were born. Now, let me just show you how this happened. We've been programmed at school to be workers. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand this. The number one, the first place we're programmed is school. Yep, schools program us to be workers. Unfortunately, a lot of the ways that we are programmed to be poor comes from our educational system. And what most people do not understand is the system is designed to keep us at a low level economic class so that those who have the wealth can stay wealthy. This division of the haves and the have-nots must stay in place for the wealthy and those in that class to stay in their position. Now, the modern day educational system, I'm just going to focus on the finance part real quick. Most countries in the world have their school system built around this simple fundamental principle, and that is they are designed to teach people how to be good workers. This actually started years ago in Germany, 200 years ago in Germany. It was actually started, and it was a task started to produce people that could produce during the Industrial Revolution, which you remember when there were factories, they're making all these factory machines, and the farming was big. And so at that time, the world needed people that would work these machines and work in factories. And factories were popping up all over the place. Machines were popping up all over the globe, but they didn't have people to really work in these factories the way they wanted. So they wanted people to work in the factories, but they wanted people that would follow orders, people that would be agreeable, people that wouldn't question them, people that wouldn't argue. And so they wanted people that would do what they're told to do and execute one task in the factories, and that is to produce goods. So at this time, our formal education back then, our education system was reserved for the super rich. Please get this. Most people don't know this. The education system was designed for the super rich. But in Germany, they had this incredible idea. And the idea was we have a way that we could create factory workers. And so what they did is they started a school system. It started in Germany, and they really called it initially the factory of schools. And the education that was provided at the school was free by the government. Everybody could go free. All the kids could go free. But the learning regimen was to control the way the people produced. It was to completely create human drones so that people would wake up, obey, have a mindset that they need to get a job, they go to school and learn how to work in this industrial revolution. And don't argue. You want to be a good worker, and this is how you get promoted. This is how you get things in life. And they taught people to think, go to school so you can get a job. And that mentality was their philosophy of education. But the rich was learning the real education. And most of the education that we were taught, or people were taught at that time, and to this day in our school system, has not changed a bit. It still teaches people to do the basic things, get a job, do good in school, get a job, you could work for that company for years, and then you die. The early industrial capitalism sent into our country a mentality that they wanted a labor force that really just obeyed the super rich, so the super rich can stay in place. And the sad thing about it, the biggest school, particularly when they started this in Germany, and then it spread it to the United States. Once the United States got a hold to it, it went across the world, and all the other countries, nations adopted the system. And part of it started in Sunday school because they wanted to indoctrinate people in Sunday school. They wanted to install in them, in the middle class, they wanted the middle class to understand values, to understand the right attitude so they could work for the rich. And unfortunately, a lot has changed in the world, but the school system has not. So yes, the government used to provide free education, but the education was not real education. It was designed to create drone people to work for the super rich. And I'm out of time. We're going to take up from here on our next Minute with McCowan. And the most important thing, I said I got 3 things I want to talk to you about how we stay poor. I just talked to you about one. Next time I'm with you, I'm going to talk about the next one. And let me tell you something we're going to do. It's going to be so powerful. Then I want to tell you how to get out. And I'm going to introduce a system to you that is going to be stock market proof. It's going to be job market proof. And listen, we're not going to need their Wall Street because we're going to have our street. Join me, because I'm going to be coming at you again tomorrow. 1 Minute with McCowan. God bless. Have a good evening.